Hi, I'm Zach, and this is Challenger Vedic Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the channel. So, today we're doing the June tarot reading for Libra, Ascendant, Moon, and Sun signs. And if you like this video, and you want to see more great content like it, be sure to like, hype, and subscribe. It really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. If you'd like to donate to help support the channel, links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, so Libra, these are your Vedic Sidereal placements, not your Western tropical. If you don't know your Sidereal placements, you can get a birth chart from my website. But it's important that you use your sidereal placements because I go off of your sidereal transits to confirm what we're seeing in the reading. Because tarot may say something's happening, but that's on an emotional and thought level, whereas physically it may not take place. It needs the transits to activate for it to take place. Alright. But yeah. So I'm going to kick things off with the Celtic Cross with the tarot, and we'll close things out with the Kipper Oracle spread. And I'm going to clarify all of it. We'll lay out your cards, and then we'll talk about Libra. Okay, Libra. So, overall energy, we have the Eight of Cups. So, there was definitely an emotional disconnect that you went through. Okay. Now, the heart of the matter, Ten of Wands, something very difficult. It's a burden that you're carrying that you want to set down. Now, what's interesting, we have the challenge, Nine of Cups. The challenge is emotional balance, emotional wish fulfillment. Now, what I find so interesting about this is, immediately after, your focus is the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is financial abundance, independence, being single. So what's difficult here is being by yourself, being independent, emotionally balanced on your own. That is, there's something here about you being comfortable with you. Now that makes sense. You're a Libra, Ascendant, Moon, or Sun sign. So Libra is the sign of relationship. Libra people never feel whole without that other person. That is just naturally the way Libra people are. Now, let's talk about the past. In the past, we have Temperance. So there was a long period of time where you were waiting and healing. The time passed back there. Now, what you were waiting for, what was taking so long, I'm not sure. We'll see. Now, your strength, the Knight of Wands, passionate action, is a strength of yours. Take action on what you feel passionate about. Now, in the immediate future, we have the World. A cycle's closing out. Could be this cycle of emotional disconnect, of this heavy burden that you've been feeling. We'll see when I clarify. Now, the supportive energy. Ace of Cups. So, what's supporting the reading? Either feeling good, new love, or both. The cycle of being on your own, being emotionally disconnected, looks like that's probably coming to an end. In the hidden energy, Ace of Wands. So, passionate action and a passionate new beginning. Now, this could be... I'm leaning this as someone taking action towards you, because otherwise I don't see why it would be hidden from you unless you're just not expecting to meet someone. And then I guess you could be the one taking action. But I'm more inclined to think it's someone taking action towards you. Now, hopes and fears, Page of Wands. Okay. Hoping for a little bit of passion in your life. Hoping to be excited for something. But you can also be fearing something tied to someone who's maybe a little immature. As you're showing me, you're the Knight of Wands. They're the Page of Wands, so that's a step down. Now, the potential outcome, we have the Lovers. So a strong romantic soul connection. Okay. So let's see. What's going on here? Why 8 of Cups for the overall energy? Okay. So, 7 of Cups, Tower, 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So you've been emotionally disconnected, but now there's an opportunity coming in quite suddenly where you're going to want to work on this over time. Now, 7 of Cups can be multiple options. It's not necessarily just one. Okay. Now we have Death at the bottom of the deck. So there is an ending and a transformation. Now I'm getting this as the end of you being emotionally disconnected. I am not getting this as you leaving someone. I mean, in the past you probably did, but I'm seeing a new beginning. Very clearly, we have 2 aces here. Alright, why the 10 of Wands for the heart of the matter, though? Okay. 7 of Swords, Strength, and the 4 of Pentacles. Alright. You were holding on to a sense of betrayal here. You're showing me that it was very difficult, required a lot of strength to get through that. But you were definitely betrayed. Someone deceived you, betrayed you, possibly even stole from you. 7 of Swords represents all those things. Okay. King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It was someone who you had love for. Why the 9 of Cups as the challenge? Eight of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Alright. So you've had a lot of stress and anxiety when it comes towards working on your emotional balance and emotional wish fulfillment. Queen of Swords, you've been very intelligent, but also kind of sharp and cutting. Maybe a little defensive, you know, like a little harsh with your words, maybe. Now, this could be tied to work, sure. Wanting to, things to happen in your work, wanting your wishes to be fulfilled there. But I'm just getting in general, wanting to fulfill those emotional wishes. Yeah, 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Something that makes you feel okay. Now, why the 9 of Pentacles in your focus? Six of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Cups. Alright, so you've been focused on being single, being independent, financially abundant. I see a strong soul connection here that brings quite a change. There's an emotional offer here. It's just a Page of Cups, not a lot at first, which tells me this is a soul connection that you probably don't know. This is probably a new soul connection. Now, 6 of Cups can denote nostalgia, but I'm leaning new here. But soul connection isn't always romantic. It could be friends, it could be family, but in this context, I'm leaning romantic. 10 of Wands, that difficulty that you dealt with, I see that changing. Especially when it comes to, kind of relationship you've dealt with in the past. Why Temperance in the past there? Okay, 4 of Swords, Hangman, the King of Wands. Okay. 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You dealt with a lot of past sorrow and past regrets. Especially when it comes to passion. I'm getting that because you're going from the King of Wands in the past to the Knight of Wands to the Page of Wands throughout this reading. So passion's been waning. And I'm getting that some of you may have gone through a long period of celibacy. Because Hangman and Temperance, both cards tied to waiting. And it's with the King of Wands, passion, the 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords, someone's laying on a bed. Now, it could have been, your past connection, you were dealing with someone closeted, long distance. Now, it could have just been, a sexless connection. You exist. But yeah, I'm seeing something tied to that. But either way, I see quite a period of not having that passion in your life. Why the Knight of Wands? For your strength. Judgment, Six of Swords, the Sun. Alright, a transformative decision to move towards what makes you happy. I see that passionate action being taken towards that. Seven of Wands, and you are defending that action. I don't see this as something blocking you. No, this is you standing up for that. Why the World? Cycles closing out in the immediate future. Let's see. I would hope so. Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Magician. Where you were heavily manipulated. Five of Swords is tied to manipulation. Magician is manipulating all the elements. And Ten of Swords, painful ending, betrayal. That cycle is coming to a close in the immediate future. Yeah, and conflict, of course. Five of Wands, bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that's coming to an end for you. Why the Ace of Cups? And the supportive energy here. Alright, Seven of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Alright, so this is tied to a passionate new beginning, possibly new love, but I do see you might be tempted to block this when this communication comes in. Maybe a bit of fear tied to what you dealt with in the past. I'm not getting too much fear here, but I'm getting you're kind of wanting to protect your ability to focus on your self-care. And at least feel good with you. Because Queen of Pentacles is the court card of self-care in the tarot. Okay. Why the Ace of Wands? In the hidden energy. Ace of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. Okay. Death at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So, this is some honest communication regarding a strong, committed relationship. Someone wants to have a passionate new beginning with that, but what they are showing is they dealt with heartbreak and ending themselves. So this is someone that's had their heart broken. Looks like you and this new person may have gone through something similar. Now, I am not getting this tied to a past person. You already showed me. You closed out that cycle. In the immediate future, it's closed out. This takes place after that. Why the Page of Wands and the hopes and fears? Moon, Page of Swords, the Lovers. Yeah, this is someone you are not expecting. There's some light messages. Maybe a conversation. But yeah, strong romantic soul connection. Possibility here. Justice at the bottom of the deck. Something that feels balanced, feels fair, feels right. Now, of course, you have to determine that, but with what I'm seeing in the cards, it looks good. Why Lovers for the potential outcome? Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. that passionate action when it comes to that happiness that you want to act towards. I see there is communication about that here. There could be an age difference between you and this person. Maybe. I mean, you're showing me a queen, a knight, and a page. One of you could have children already as well. There's a possibility of that. At the very least, though, this is like grounded, practical communication. Because pages often bring news. But yeah, Hermit at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, where you were alone before, now I see a possible lover here. It's up to you whether you want to, entertain this possible connection. Now, transit-wise, you do have Mars transiting in your 7th house. Mars is energizing the house of relationships. When it comes to romance, you have Rahu transiting in your 5th house of romance. So, I definitely see possibilities of romance are there for you right now. Now, Mars will be in the 7th house of relationships up until June 20th. So this would probably happen pretty soon, actually. At least the initial meeting with this person. Justice, Knight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. So, that emotional communication that is tied to this Queen of Pentacles here is balanced and fair. May feel right to you, but, you determine that. But I'm not getting, bad intentions here. The Fool. A possible new beginning. You want to take that leap. You have to decide that, Libra. Alright, let's look at your oracle cards and see what's going on there. Trust me, most of the other signs would kill for this reading. Alright. Actually, Leo. My gosh. Poor Leo. Alright. Let's see. Okay, we're talking about other things with your oracle cards, apparently. Poverty, concern, and expectation. Okay, so you are very worried about money right now. One thing I will say is Jupiter is just transited into your 10th house. It's going to expand your career. Now, Jupiter doesn't rule great houses for you, 3rd and 6th house. But that shows me there's going to be a lot of work that's going to come in, which is going to increase your status. Because Jupiter is going to protect your career, bare minimum. But it's also going to expand your career. Now, you don't really have anything tied to money unless you are in business. If you're in business, Mars is going to be moving into the 8th house of joint finances, of earnings through business, starting June 20th. So there could be some money coming in through that if you're in business. Now, we also have Distant Horizons, Coffin, and Courthouse. Now, Distant Horizons can be a card of dreams or illusions. But I can't deny the possibility. There could be something about a death that you may have dealt with. Let's clarify and see what's going on here. Why poverty? Feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. And Stork reversed. Okay. So, Stork says, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Now that was reversed. So, you're feeling like there aren't any business opportunities, or if there was, that you were taking advantage of in business. This could have been a business partner. Also, if it's a relationship, there could have been something about not being able to have children. for some of you. Now I'm getting this as a past relationship, not a new one. Why concern? Weeping willow, family sorrow. And wreath, sorrow over a loss. Okay. So, yeah, for some of you, this would have already happened. There could have been a death in the family. I'm even getting that there could have been something like a miscarriage that took place. That's for some of you. And this would have been something you already experienced before this reading. I don't predict death. It's not what I do here. It goes against my ethics as an astrologer and a tarot reader. Okay. Now, why expectation? Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Air-filled. Someone new is entering your life. Okay. So, I see, despite what you went through here, especially, dealing with someone who was undependable, I see that it may take a little bit of time, but someone new is going to be entering your life on the romantic front. Okay. Why distant horizons? Rose, romance is in the air. And axe, forces working against you. Okay. Well, in that regard, we do have coffin as the next card. So there's the end of that situation. The end of forces working against you in romance, I would imagine. Club, someone will try to make you do something against your will. And dog, protection from a powerful friend. Yeah, so someone who was manipulating you, maybe interfering in your relationships, possibly. That's coming to an end. We have coffin here. For others of you, for the ones that are dealing with a loss in the family, there could have been, it could have been a pet actually. There could have been a dog specifically that passed away. If so, I'm sorry you went through that. I've been through that quite a few times in my life. And it's never easy. Why courthouse? Fly, period of ill health, depression. Lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. Okay. So, courthouse can be an official decision, but it can also literally be a courthouse. So, I would say be very careful here. There could be something in regards to your health. I'm getting mental health in particular, which could lead to some anger issues that could cause issues in a courtroom. Be very careful of that. I'm not allowed to provide legal advice on my channel. But have someone represent you so that you don't risk this. And if you have to represent yourself, be very careful what you say. Alright. Well, on the relationship side, I do see a good relationship coming in if you are open to it. Yeah, that last relationship you went through was hell, from the looks of things. Alright. But, that's what I have for you, Libra. If you like this video, and you want to see more great content like it, be sure to like, hype, and subscribe. It really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like to get a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.